Fala gamers, beleza meus queridos? Voltamos aí para mais uma gameplay de GreedFall, a continuação aí da nossa jornada. E sem mais delongas, né? Sem trelelê, bora lá, partiu. Bora seguir história, deixa aquele like aí para fortalecer o canal. E se inscreva para não perder nenhum vídeo. A gente vai ter que ir no... A gente vai fazer a continuação da quest lá do... Qual o nome? A continuação aí da quest do nosso companion aí. Beleza. A gente vai encontrar o Vasco da Gama.
Lively there, lads and lasses! I promised the merchants and their prince we'd be off before the tide. You, man, carry that properly. That porcelain is worth more than your life. There are some children we'd be best to refuse.
Captain Vasco.
And you are?
I'm de Sade, the prince's niece. If all is in order, we will soon be embarking on your boat.
It's a ship, not a boat.
Apologies.
Apologies for my asking, but the young governor isn't with you.
He didn't come home this morning. I need to find him before departure.
I hope nothing's happened to him or he hasn't changed his mind. The tide does not wait.
Perhaps he simply celebrated his imminent departure with a little too much enthusiasm. Is everything ready?
We're short a crew member. The cabin
Localize
is missing.
Constantino.
But have no fear, we will
É a
leave
quest
without him if he does
principal,
not
né?
present himself before the tide.
Is he an important member of the crew?
We don't need him for sailing or navigation. He's only a cabin boy.
He must have simply had a bit too much to drink in celebrating his departure. Like another I know.
I doubt that. Jonas was never one to fancy drink. And it's been 2 days since last he was seen. No, I fear something bad has happened to him. Might I ask you, if you hear anything, could you report it to me? I would like to set sail with a clear mind.
Beleza. A gente vai perguntar, a gente vai seguir a quest da
I have
mercadoria.
a favor to ask before we leave.
I'm all ears.
We would like to load some merchandise into your ship's hold.
Impossible. You're too late for that. All merchandise must be registered at the Port Authority, and the formalities are long. So, unless you're asking me to turn smuggler and hide contraband on my vessel.
I wouldn't go that far. We're only talking about a few crates, after all.
Well then, they'll have to wait. The next ship for New Serene leaves in a month.
Hellfire. If that shipment doesn't leave today, the commander will have my hide.
Captain, I understand your position, but isn't there some way we can get these crates on board?
I doubt it. Even if I
Descubra uma
wanted,
maneira de
my
mover a
quartermaster is a
carga.
half-crazed bridge troll. He's gotten into his head that a gang of ruffians want to use my ship to pass contraband over to Tirfredi. He's placed guards where our cargo is being held before being loaded. All that is not in the warehouse and noted on the manifest will be left on the docks. Sorry, but your crates are gonna have to wait until the next ship sets sail.
Sorry, Kurt. At least we tried.
The commander is going to have my head. I'm sure that's what he wanted in giving me this impossible task.
In that case, we're going to have to doctor the manifest ourselves. It must be at the Harbour Master's office.
Beleza. Tá.
Be back soon, Captain.
A gente tem que ver uma forma ali pra gente adulterar essa parada. Então, pera aí, vamos ver aqui. A gente tem que vir pra cá. É aqui do lado. Uma luzinha lá no fundo. Esta área está sob o controle de uma facção diferente da sua. Alguns lugares são proibidos. Uma roupa, peça de torso da facção permite enganar os guardas. Você também pode ser furtivo, mas se um guarda avistá-lo, haverá uma reação violenta que vai prejudicar sua reputação com essa facção. Ai, caramba, a gente precisa de uma roupa. Uma roupa. Mercador. Eu acho, se eu não estiver enganado, o mercador vende.
Captain, milady, we were given orders to wait here with the merchandise.
You're going to have to wait. We need to find a way to clear the access to the warehouse.
Beleza, a gente tem que liberar o acesso, né? Mas a gente precisa de uma roupa pra gente não ter problema com a facção. Então vamos lá no mercante. Melhor ainda, pera aí, eu fiz tanto drop. Será que a gente não pegou uma roupa que é da facção? Não, só tem um símbolo ali. É outro tipo de símbolo. Eu acho que deu uma volta desnecessária, mas ok. Caramba, cadê esse negócio, velho? Vou fechar aqui.
Welcome. It's such a pleasure to see. Have you seen anything to your liking?
Tá, comprar. Opa. Essa roupa aqui que a gente precisa. Beleza. Quanto que é? 89. A gente tem 127. Nossa, caiu muito. Beleza. Eu já equipou já. A gente volta lá. Olha um item ali. Ah, depois eu pego.
Any idea how to get in there without being noticed?
Let's take a look around the building. We might find a less conspicuous entrance.
Beleza. Então, deixa eu ver se tem uma porta dos fundos. Isso faz diferença.
If you wore a Naught uniform and you were able to keep your mark hidden from them, they might let us in, unless we just offered them a drink.
A gente já tem a roupa.
I see where this is headed. If we drop a little soporific in their glasses, the way will be
A
clear.
gente não foi
I'll just
detectado.
need to find the proper ingredients. But it's doable.
Where is the manifest?
Ué, pegou não?
I've already been to the port authorities. They keep the official documents upstairs.
Tá. Então, aquela roupa lá que a gente pegou, comprou, né? Nos ajudou. Droga. Moedas. Ó, tem uma porta ali. Mais moedas, eu quero moedas, moedas. Aqui.
Here is the ship's manifest. We only need to add our merchandise to the list.
Adultério registro do navio da capitania dos portos. Beleza. Pegar. Opa. Tá, afaste. Tá. E pra lá. Já que a gente... Ah, tá. Já sei. A gente tem que falar com aqueles carinhas. Ou não. Ué, onde é que a gente tem que ir? Ah, tem que afastar os guardas do armazém. Pera aí, vamos dar uma subida aqui. Quadro bonito, né? Ah, tá bem ali a quest. Pera aí, antes da gente ir, vamos dar uma bisoiada nos locais aqui, né? Vai que... Moedas e munição. Essas moedas, ou essas munição é pro mosteiro, pra arma. Só que como a gente é mago, eu dificilmente vou usar aquilo dali. Eu usaria normalmente quando a mana acabasse, né? Mas como eu vou comprar itens que enche a mana, então eu não acho que é um problema. É, não abre.
Hello? What can I do for you?
We're your replacements. You're dismissed.
Finally! We were starting to grow moss. Courage, me hearties. The path is clear. We should notify the men. They need all the time they can get.
Beleza. Pra cá, né? Aqui.
Well, now, can we get going?
The way is clear. It's time to get going.
Do your best to be quick and quiet about it. You won't have much time to move at all.
Don't you be worrying now. We're off.
The warehouse is at the end to the right there. You can't miss it.
Move out. Quick steps.
Beleza, reputação mais 2. Nice. Ó, a gente... tenho certeza que a gente já tinha pego esse baú aqui. Tá. Já que a gente já completou, então a gente pode trocar para nossa roupa. Beleza. Pra onde é que a gente vai agora? Investiga o desaparecimento do náutico. Essa quest aqui que tá aqui desde o começo, né? Bora fazer ela.
Good day, Excellency.
Lady de Sade, to what do I owe the pleasure?
I have come to inform you that my cousin Constantine and I are departing for Tirfredi.
Tirfredi.
Ah, yes. I did indeed hear talk that you had both received callings of greater stature. Allow me to congratulate you. Were you not named legate of the congregation?
You are correct, Excellency. I thank you.
It is a station of great honor that I am sure you will fill with brio and panache. The Mother Cardinal Cornelia will be enchanted to work with you, and your cousin in the future. I only regret that your departure is so sudden.
Really?
To be entirely honest with you, I was hoping to solicit your help in a rather delicate matter.
Tell me more about it, and perhaps I can take care of your problem before my departure.
Very well. A small group of dangerous heretics has found refuge in Serene. We know that your uncle tolerates the presence of all pagans within the city walls. But these particular non-believers threaten the fragile harmony of this place. We would consider it a tremendous favor if you would arrest them and deliver them to our guard.
Heresy is not a crime in Serene. You do know that, but I'm sure that my uncle would hear your arguments. Why call on my intervention?
The prince would indeed give us his blessing, but it would take time. Far too much time. For according to our sources, these fugitives have already made contact with a smuggler to take them who knows where.
I see. You were hoping that I'll be able to do something before they make it to an enemy city. If your heretics are planning
Depende do que é tratado como heresia, né, cara?
I'll look into this and see what I can do.
Tá, beleza. Encontre o atravessador.
Farewell.
Caçada a Hereges. Beleza. Nossa, tá lá embaixo. Caralho, não tem fast travel, não? Eu acho que não, é porque a gente tá dentro da cidade, né? Fast travel seria só pra uma cidade pra outra. Tem que falar com Vargas, ó. Com o Vasco da Gama.
Madam, you still haven't found your cousin?
Não.
Have no fear.
I'm still without...
Perguntar a ausência de consumo, perguntar sobre os
Have you seen
hereges.
anyone wandering about? Suspicious looking. Maybe clandestine passengers.
Take a look around. There are far too many comings and goings to spot possible stowaways. As long as they don't try and get on my ship, I pay no attention to them. That said, we did catch ourselves a smuggler just a while ago.
A smuggler? Maybe he could be of some use. Where could I find him?
In the port jails, not far from the warehouses.
Ih,
May I ask you,
vou ter que usar a roupa de
why
novo.
this sudden interest in smugglers and the odd stowaway?
Não contar muita coisa, falar com ele abertamente sobre a sua missão. Eu vou falar com ele abertamente sobre a minha missão porque eu acredito não, ele vai fazer parte dos nossos companions, né?
A couple of heretics are planning on leaving Serene. The ambassador of Ptolemy has entrusted me with the job of capturing them.
Happy to see that you trust me enough to seek my counsel in the affair. Just so happens that I heard someone talking about the couple. The Cardinal's men are far from discreet. They're making quite some ruckus, asking to search our warehouses. We of course refused entry. Only the Nords have access. I'm sorry, Your Excellency, but I'm certain your potential stowaways aren't far. But we won't allow you to make a search to grab them. Not officially, at least.
What do you mean?
That discretion and malice are often more useful than titles and words.
Beleza. Interrogue. A gente vai ter que interrogar o atravessador.
People smuggler the sailor mentioned.
He's a Captain Kurt, like yourself. And in order to interrogate the smuggler, we'll need to find a way into his jail.
É aqui, ó. Então, pera aí. A gente vai ter que usar a roupa lá de novo. Ó, é essa roupa aqui. Nossa, é até bem melhor do que a que a gente tá usando, né? Pô, só que é mais bonita, né? Aquela preta lá. A gente passou? Aqui.
I've seen a few.
Are you the smuggler?
You snuck yourself in here just to ask me that question? If this is some sort of trick to get me to admit to some crime, you are truly twisted.
You can see for yourself that I'm no naught. Come now. Are you the one I'm looking for?
I'm already locked up. What more do I risk? Yes, I am a smuggler. But I'm not the only one in this city.
I'm searching for a couple fleeing Thélème. They are trying to leave the city discreetly. Have they contacted you?
You certainly can't imagine I'm going to answer you without getting something in exchange. I don't really think of my clients as kin, but I'd never betray any of them for free.
A real saint you are. How about your freedom in exchange for your loyalty? Tell me where I can find them and I'll open this cage.
That works for me. Your two Telemites are hidden in a warehouse behind this very prison. They must be waiting for me. But you might want to be quick about it. If the Nauts get their hands on them, they'll find themselves in this same cage.
Thank you.
Anytime. And these doors?
Vou cumprir minha palavra, né? Usar a chave que a gente pegou, né?
My lord. And don't worry about me. I'll slip outside without being seen.
Beleza. Armazém, né? Aqui dentro. Olha eles aqui.
Who is there?
May the Illuminated save us. Did the smuggler send you? The man to which you are referring was arrested and thrown into prison. But reveal to me your hiding place.
Oh, the traitor!
Have you come to deliver us to the Inquisition, then? Please, please, have pity on our souls. We have committed no crime. We are not heretics. We are nothing more than historians.
In that case, why is the ambassador of Thélème so concerned about your teachings? Why is the Inquisition looking for you, and why are you hiding?
Our only error was wanting to publish our work.
It's true.
Publicar o trabalho, porra, isso não é nada de heresia, velho. Depende do ponto de vista também,
We
cara.
fled all the way to Serene, thinking we would be safe. But the Inquisition wants to silence us so badly that they followed us here.
Vamos saber mais sobre isso. Qual que é a
Tell me more about your
pesquisa?
research. What about it is so horrifying that it will provoke such a fuss?
Our work concerned the teachings of St. Lucius.
The disciple of Saint Matthias? The one who returned to Thélème after traveling with his master?
The very same. His writing was carefully preserved, but never seriously studied.
With the discovery of Teirfredi, we thought it crucial to take a look at the original text. We wanted to verify if this island could have been the faraway place that he spoke of. The Eden of Saint Matthias.
And? What did you find?
Teirfredi is without any doubt the land that our Saint Matthias and his disciples went to. But the text that we discovered was radically different from what we expected to find.
In the original text, St. Lucius doesn't speak of an Eden, of the paradise of the illuminated. He speaks of a voice that came from the depths of the earth, which convinced St. Matthias to stay
Das
there.
profundezas,
It was written in black and white, and there is no doubt about it. The original was written in Lucius's own hand.
I understand now what that text has cost you. This voice from the depths sounds more the power of a demon than
Eu pensei a mesma
The
coisa.
sacred texts are always difficult to interpret, but what is written is written.
Is written. Is written.
Who were you hoping would give you asylum?
We were hoping to reach Al-Sad. The Inquisition won't chase us into the den of their enemies.
Our research won't interest the Bridge Alliance, or at least I doubt it. But at least we'll be safe.
By entering Al-Sad as clandestines, you risk being taken for spies.
That would be better than being burned at the stake.
Normalmente hereges naquele tempo assim eram queimados vivos na fogueira, né, velho? Porra, é foda. Mas assim, pelos olhos da Inquisição eles são hereges, né? Mas, cara, eu não vejo nada de herege nisso. Os caras descobriram uma verdade e estão querendo publicá-las.
Did you try speaking with the censors? You could. Forget what you have discovered, perhaps?
Oh, We have signed already an abjugation stating that we misunderstood the sacred texts of St. Lucius. We were even ready to say that we had never seen the true text, or anything else that would have pleased them.
It served no purpose. It's our lives they are after.
I see. Well, you have no other choice but to run and seek refuge in enemy territories.
I beg of you, please do not deliver us to them. Let us continue on this path.
Deixá-los embora, oferecer para falar com o embaixador, proceder com a captura. Mano, eu vou deixar eles embora. Eles parecem muito inocentes, entendeu? Indefesos, sabe? Não faz questão de capturar eles.
It doesn't sit well with me to send you to the flames. I freed your smuggler and he'll certainly be in touch. He or another member of his band. Be careful and safe travels.
Oh, thank you, my lady. You are a woman of noble heart. May the illuminated protect you.
Thank you for having heard us and helped. You are truly full of kindness.
You have a kind heart, Greenblood. It'll be the end of you, but that doesn't bother me. I wouldn't have wanted those poor buggers to end up on a burning pyre.
It would seem that I'm not the only one with a tender heart.
Meu amigo. Seria muito injusto, vai, condenar esses caras. Tá, beleza. Vamos trocar de roupa de novo. Porra, foda que isso daqui é muito melhor, né? Olha isso. Ó, essa roupa aqui é bonita também. Tá, vou ficar com ela. Esse aqui é o que a gente está usando. Resistência elemental. Só a criação que a gente perde. 3 de armadura. Equilíbrio. É o 7, né? Então eu vou ficar com esse daqui. Colar a gente não tem. Capa também não. Chapéu. A gente não tem nada melhor. Esse que a gente está usando é melhor. 88. Cara, olha. Ó, 185, meu irmão. Parece uma detetive, né? Esse roupão aí, sobretudo.
Good day, Excellency.
Lady de Sardet, to what do I owe the pleasure?
Relatar sobre a fuga dos hereges.
That the heretics you seek have fled.
Curse them! How could that possibly have happened?
Contar a verdade? Nem fudendo.
Alas, these renegades have found protection with the ambassador of the Bridge Alliance. I would not have been able to capture them without risking a diplomatic incident that my uncle would have condemned.
The bridge. I thought as much. Those heretics have turned to them. But I had hoped that you might intervene quickly enough to stop them. It is truly regrettable. We have nothing else to do but pray that the Luminous might shield us from their lies.
Reputação mais com o Teleme.
I must be going. Farewell, Excellency.
Talvez se eu tivesse entregado, a nossa reputação teria subido em 2, hein? Mas eu fiz a coisa certa. Nível 3. Eu fiz a coisa certa. Tá, beleza. Isso daqui... Localizar a quest principal. Então a gente vai fazer a quest do carinha perdido, do marinheiro. Ah, nisso, pera aí. Vendo aquela armazinha lá nossa lá, eu quero ver se tem alguma coisinha melhor pra gente comprar.
Welcome. It's such a pleasure. Have you seen it?
Comprar. Temos aqui uma arma. Nossa! Cara, só que é 216. Atordoamento mais 10, menos 10%. Ganho de fúria mais 1%. Mano, eu vou comprar isso daqui, pera aí. Vender. Essa arma aqui é muito bolada, só que eu não vou usar ela, né? Porra, da hora. Porra, mas mesmo vendendo 113. Eu não vou usar 120. Ah, cara, a gente não vai ter dinheiro suficiente pra isso, não. Tá, ó. Hábito de sacerdote já é um símbolo novo ali, né? Então a gente pode vender isso daqui. Tá, a gente pode ficar com aquele. Preço 2. Ah, velho, não vai dar não. É. 178, cara. Porra, eu queria aquela arma. Anel do sacerdote. Putz, velho. É, vai ter que ficar pra próxima, viu? Então vamos falar lá com o Vasco da Gama. Pra ele nos dar informação sobre esse marinheiro dele que tá perdido.
Madam, you still haven't found your cousin. As you well know, we cannot leave without...
Have no fear.
I'm still without you.
Tá, perguntar sobre a ausência, não. Quanto ao gourmet. Quando que você viu pela última vez?
It's been 2 days since I've had any news at all. It wasn't out of the ordinary until this morning. My men have free shore leave when we're at dock. But the day of departure, every able-bodied sailor must be present on the ship.
Does the boy know anyone in Serene?
Other than fellow Nords, you mean? I don't think so, but it's difficult to be sure.
Does the boy know anyone in Serene?
Other than fellow Nords, you mean? I don't think so, but it's difficult to be sure.
This Jonas, does he have any close friends amongst the crew?
In tradition, we are all members of the same family. But yes, there would be Flavio and Lauro.
Flavio e
Might I have a
Lauro.
word with them?
As you wish, you'll find them over there, in port.
Beleza, a gente pode encontrar eles
Be
aqui
back
no
soon,
porto.
Captain.
Mais uma carta aqui. Diário do Atravessador. Quem quiser ler, dá um pause e leia. 2 moedas. Ah, precisa de muito mais moeda que isso.
Good day. Someone told me that you were a friend of Jonas, the young cabin boy who has gone missing.
That's right, yeah. Are you looking for him?
Yes. Your captain asked me to go and find him.
Happy to hear he's taken the disappearance seriously. What can I do for you?
Tá, perguntar quando vê o...
When did you last see him?
2 days ago, in the evening. We went to have a drink in the tavern. Jonas, Lauro and myself.
Did anything seem out of the ordinary? Was he troubled?
Maybe a tad troubled. Like he was somewhere else.
Why would that be? Give me your best guess.
Boy, I haven't the faintest idea.
Tentar sobre os hábitos
What
de
does Jonas
Jonas.
do in his free time? When you're on land?
He just hangs around here or there. You know the cabin boys don't have half a sailor's wages. And when evening comes, we usually go down the tavern with good old Lauro.
Did he ever have one too many?
Never. He sips his pint like it was bad medicine. One drink lasts him the whole night.
Does he know anyone in Serene?
No one, far as I know.
Ninguém?
Do
Estranho.
you think he could have made himself any enemies?
I wouldn't think that for a moment. Jonas has a good heart and he steers clear of trouble and troublemakers.
I don't know where to start with this. Do you have any idea?
No. Lauro won't stop telling anyone who will lend him an ear that the boy was carried off by thugs.
And you don't believe him?
I like Lauro, don't get me wrong, he's like a brother. But to be honest, he drinks a little more than he should. The itch for a drink gets us all, but to him more than others, and when you drink too much, the imagination wanders. Here, yesterday, it was me who tied one over, and I thought I heard Jonas's voice by the canal. I called back to him, as you guessed, but then nothing. Drink. It blurs the senses.
Pois é, bebam com moderação, viu?
I need to be going. Farewell.
Bebidas te faz fazer coisas estranhas. Ali. Forragem. Moeda 5. Pô, se eu achasse um baú que desse 100. Tem outro? Não.
Good day, sailor. I've been told that you know the missing cabin boy well. Is that right?
You talking about Jonas? You bet your stars I know him. But like I've been crying to the 9 deaf winds, he didn't go missing, he was taken.
Were you a witness to the event?
Yes, I was. Even though I'd had a few tumblers in the belly, I hadn't yet lost my head. The other day, in the tavern, I saw him talking to a well-dressed man, surrounded by some other sly ruffians. And then when we left, him and I, Flavia left a little earlier, you understand. Well, those brutes were there, waiting for him. They just up and took him like that. Grabbed his arms and poof, gone. Vanished.
Why didn't you intervene?
I tried to, believe me. But my legs betrayed me. Wavering they were. And I fell into the gutter.
Did you report this to the captain?
Unfortunately not. I know all too well what weight my words carry. Even Flavia treated me like a drunken fool. And the captain...
Yeah, né?
No, not telling him that. I still have some pride left. You get me?
É o seu orgulho que poderia fazer o cara morrer ou pode estar morto.
Why would anyone want to snatch a mere cabin boy?
How would I know? Jonas is a gentle boy who keeps his head down. You think my story is nothing but mist too, don't you?
It's just that I can't imagine a gang of thugs hoping to get a ransom for a cabin boy. Did Jonas seem troubled to you the night he disappeared?
Maybe. For sure he wasn't his usual self.
Do you know what was on his mind?
No. No idea.
Did anyone else see the kidnapping?
There was still a small crowd in the tavern.
Taverna.
But outside,
A gente vai ter que ir conversar com o taverneiro.
We play cards with him from time to time. Kind of fellow who plays from
Então pode ter sido aposta, né? Ele tava devendo. Ficou devendo.
I kind of remember his face being there.
Beleza.
Thank you, Lauro. I need to be going.
Strange story this is.
Com certeza.
Isn't right here. I can feel it. We need to lift the veil on this.
Nope. Tá, então com certeza lá na taberna A gente conversa com o taberneiro e a gente tem alguma notícia sobre isso. Astúcia, persuasão, intuição, corrupção e criação de itens.
Good day, Tavern Keeper.
Good day to you. What is your pleasure?
I am looking for a Naut. A young cabin boy who has been missing roll call for 2 days now.
A Naut, you say? That's not a lot to go on. There are quite a few that come to my tavern.
According to one of his fellows, he would have been taken right here.
A kidnapping? In my establishment? You surely jest. Or at least I hope you do. I would have noticed. That doesn't hold water.
Someone told me about one of your faithful clients. A big gambler, it would seem.
I see. An able-bodied man. Passes his time lightening the pouches of sailors coming through.
Where might I find him at this time?
Here? He would never give away his chair at his table. Anything else?
Tá.
I need to be off.
Então ele tá aqui em algum lugar. Aqui.
Who are you? I don't recognize you. Am I in your debt?
No, have no fear about that. It's for a different reason that I'm here. I'm looking for a Naut that disappeared 2 days ago, after visiting this establishment. A young cabin boy. 2 members of his crew accompanied him.
Yes, that does ring a bell. I've played with the 3 of them.
Vamos tá sobre o gourmet, beleza.
What can you tell me about the boy? How was he that night?
He seemed rather nervous, as if he was worried about something. Didn't feel like playing, that I remember. And he must have been right to be nervous, if he's disappeared.
Tell me what happened that evening.
A rich merchant came in, with a band of strong arms.
Tudo que parece ele estava devendo, né? Dívida de jogo, eu acho.
Words with the cabin boy. The kid was defensive, not sitting pretty. And then they finally left.
And after that?
It just so happens that I did go out for a breather. I needed some fresh air. And I think I might well have seen those same men grab him. But that was none of my business. I wouldn't have thought that they were kidnapping him if that's what it was. They weren't particularly rough with him.
Okay.
Who was the rich merchant, do you think? A jilted lover?
Amante rejeitado.
No, you were in luck. It so happens that I know the man. It was Sir Fontaine, that merchant.
Where can I find him?
He has a house in the wealthy boroughs, just off the canal. A stone's throw from the Theleme embassy.
Thank you. You've been immensely helpful.
This man is completely owned by
Ai, o amante rejeitado, velho. Dá uma olhada aqui embaixo.
I have no idea. But what would any wealthy merchant gain from holding a penniless child?
Moeda, 7 moedas. Já é alguma coisa. Nossa, parece um bordel isso daqui. Onde se reúne as meretrizes. Ah, só tinha isso aqui. Beleza. Tá, então a gente tem que ir lá na casa do Sr. Fontaine. É um baú lá do outro lado. Ali. 3 de gold. Talvez eu possa ver essas armas ali, eu posso vender elas, cara. Conseguir uma grana.
Might I help you, my lady?
I would like to have a word with Sir Fontaine.
He is absent, but the lady of the house could certainly receive you. Enter, please.
Beleza. Cara, muito bonita, né? Será que se parece agora? Tirando os olhos, o tipo de cabelo, que é mais ou menos parecido, se parece.
Oh, I know you. I've seen you at court. You are
Lady
Lady
de Sarde.
Sarde. And to what do I owe the honor of your visit, Excellency?
I would like to have a word with your husband.
He is not here, but perhaps I could be of help.
It concerns a delicate matter. We are looking for a missing cabin boy. According to witnesses, he had an argument with your husband before being taken.
I see. I am afraid that you have been misled. You seem to have come to the wrong conclusion. The cabin boy you speak of was not taken. He has simply returned home.
Ué,
Excuse me,
como assim?
but I'm not sure I understand.
Don't you see, Your Excellency? We got our son back.
Ah, o filho deles.
I am very surprised. Several witnesses confirmed that your son had a fight with your husband, and that his men escorted him from the tavern using force. If he had joined your husband willingly...
Witnesses? In a tavern? And you choose to believe these drunkards over a respectable family?
These witnesses are all in agreement, and it is their testimonies that have led me to your doorstep.
My son was probably shocked to have found us. My husband and the other men might have simply had to carry him. A gesture that your drunkards must have misunderstood.
What was your son doing on a Naut ship? Why would they have taken him?
It is what they do. Through pacts and contracts, they steal away young children from their mothers.
What are you talking about?
I would have thought that a legate would know these things. But it is true that you are young and inexperienced.
No.
It seems that you have been protected from the turpitudes of our own nation and their terrible allies.
Oh, ela entrou completamente na guarda.
But I will not say another word. You will have no trouble verifying the details now that you know what to look for.
Where might I find your son now?
I cannot say, Excellency. You must understand why. Until the Nauts have set sail, we live in fear they will take him back.
Então ela sabe onde é que ele tá, só não pode nos dizer.
It sounds like some fear-inducing story.
The Nauts wouldn't be the first to recruit through dubious means.
Estranho. Nossa, lá embaixo. Cara, a gente já chegou em 47 minutos. Eu não quero finalizar esse vídeo antes de finalizar essa quest, cara. Bom, a gente deve ir aí para um pouco mais de 1 hora. Por mais que eu tô evitando fazer vídeos de 1 hora, né?
I still don't see Constantine.
Não tá comigo não. Perguntar sobre o futuro papel dele na ilha. Ué. Não era ele? Ah, é o Vasco da Gama.
Madam, you still have... I'm still...
I spoke with a woman who told me she was the mother of the cabin boy. She claims that her son was taken from her.
Taken? Her son is sea-gifted. His
Foi dado aos
parents were
mares.
required to give him up to honor the terms of a contract.
A contract?
Caralho, o filho dele foi dado por contrato?
A commercial contract. In exchange for services rendered by the Nauts, some families cede more than gold. In some cases, nations even trade some of their subjects before they're born. I wouldn't be able to tell you the condition of Jonas's contract. I didn't even know he was originally from Serene. But what I can tell you is the young man hasn't seen his parents since he was a small child. And ever
Caralho,
since,
véi.
he's been a Naut. Our ships are his home. We are his only family.
Caramba.
Be back soon, Captain.
You see anyone else who might be able to help us? Anyone who's not a Naut?
Sir de Corsilion is a veritable well of scientific knowledge. He could tell us a little more.
Tá, perguntar sobre o contrato entre os
I've
náuticos
had
e
a
os
word with Lady
Fontaine.
Fontaine. You must know her. That rich family that lives near the docks. She told me a strange story about her son who was a cabin boy on our ship. She said that he was taken when he was a child, due to some contract with the Nords.
Who was a cabin boy? Do you mean he's no longer one?
They took him back to bring him home.
Well, that is very unpleasant news, de Sade. We need to do all we can to bring the boy back to his ship. Since time immemorial, there's always been a certain price to pay for the services of the North.
Caralho, ele vendeu o próprio filho, velho.
Belong to them. It's the rule of the sea. But certain contracts are so important that they also require children to be offered in exchange. From time to time, the congregation has passed such accord, and certain noble families had to give their children up.
Are you telling me that the Fontaines lost their son in an agreement signed between my uncle and the Nords?
No.
No.
That pact ended a long time ago. This cabin boy couldn't have been a part of that contract. But Sir Fontaine has made a fortune trading with the Alliance, via ships.
Do you mean he would have offered up his own son in exchange for wealth?
Caralho, velho. Olha isso.
Before the birth of the child, and regretted it afterwards. But that is of little importance. What counts most is that you bring the boy back to the Nords as quickly as possible. Breaking a contract with the seafarers has always cost us dearly. Our nation could feel it in its coffers.
I will do my best.
A father selling his own
pai
son
vendendo
for a few
filho.
boat rides. For ugly, that is ugly.
Lady Fontaine didn't seem to have any knowledge of that detail. That could be of use to us.
Será que não? Porra, como é que ela não sabe disso? O filho dela de repente desaparece assim? Ela não tomou nenhuma providência tendo o dinheiro que ela tem? Ela sabia, velho. Ó, um item aqui, ó. Bilhete para a empregada.
This document mentions another property. A warehouse.
That would be a great place to hide. Shall we take a peek?
Ah! Abriu uma quest. Pera aí. Ok. A gente não precisou falar com ela. Porra, mas o cara vendeu o próprio filho, velho, pra ganhar mais dinheiro. Opa.
Here we are. Be careful. Fontaine won't be alone. He'll have his henchmen with him.
Let's just try to remain discreet.
Lady de Sade, what are you doing here?
I have come looking for your son. The Nords are worried about his disappearance.
Those Nords took him from us, but now we've got him back, and he'll be staying with us.
Would you be so kind as to hear what I have to say, Sir Fontaine?
Tá. Carisma, tentar argumentar com ele. Tá, mas aquele outro de 50% hein? Vamos ver se a gente tem sorte.
Against his will and have locked him up like merchandise in a warehouse. Is that what you call being a good father?
If I hadn't taken
Uso
him
bem
back,
sucedido,
he would have been
beleza.
hauled off on one of the cursed ships.
If that's what he wants, then why would you want to stop him?
For his mother. She misses him so. But in the end, you may be right. My boy has changed. He hasn't spoken a word to me since we've been in this precarious predicament. Very well.
Ó, reputação mais um.
The key and take him away.
Nossa, cara, como que facilita as coisas você acertar essas paradas, né?
All children leave the nest one day or another, sir. Farewell.
Peraí. porra. Uma escada só. Moeda, moeda, moeda. 2 de ouro.
Who are you?
Who are you?
I'm legate of the congregation. Your captain has sent me to find you.
And were you able to convince my father to allow me to go free?
Yes, even if I had to bend his arm a little.
That doesn't surprise me. He seemed to have no intention of changing his mind. I feel more sorry for my mother. She seems so sweet and happy to see me.
You don't seem to be all that close to your parents.
I haven't
Claro que
seen
não,
them
né?
since I was
Ué.
5 years old.
Pois é.
I barely remember them. They find me, capture me,
Ué.
and lock me up in this
Pergunta do
warehouse.
Sardo.
Hard to grow close after all that. My family is the Naughts. I am sorry for my parents, but that is the way of it now. Can I go home?
Yes. You should still go and say farewell to your mother. Then find your way to your ship. I will see you there.
Beleza. Informe o Capitão Vasco. Ó, tem uma parede aqui.
It's not possible just now.
Ciência nível 1 para quebrar a parede. A gente escolheu outras coisas, né? Tá, vamos falar com o Vasco da Gama. Aí a gente encerra o vídeo, beleza? Próximo vídeo não vai ter esse tamanho todo aí não. Ultimamente eu só tenho feito vídeos de 40, 47 minutos. Ai caramba. Pera aí. Eu devo ganhar reputação com os náuticos com isso.
Madam, you still have my cabin.
You do.
Ah, tá.
It's a rather sad affair, and though solved, leaves a broken family behind.
All we can do is plot a course. No one tells the wind what to do. I do thank you. I didn't think you'd go to so much trouble for a cabin boy. Your actions bring you honor.
Reputação mais 3 com os náuticos. Beleza. Galera, vamos encerrar o vídeo por aqui. A gente fez 2 quests, né? E durou pra caramba, durou muito. Eu espero que vocês tenham gostado. Cara, apesar de eu ter jogado isso aqui, tem muito tempo, tem muitos anos, não me lembro praticamente de nada. Tem sido muito legal ver as histórias, o que tá acontecendo. Espero que vocês estejam gostando aí também. Deixa aquele like, aí se inscreva aí no canal para não perder nenhum vídeo, ativa o sininho. E eu vou dar uma perambulada aqui pela cidade em off para ver se eu consigo dinheiro suficiente para poder comprar aquela arma. Beleza? Então desejo tudo de bom para vocês, fiquem bem, fiquem na paz, até a próxima e obrigado.